we're going to talk about split audio. We might talk a little bit about video editing. But yeah, the VoD will be up too. But yeah, so we're going to, but then we're probably just going to play Genshin because they got a new thing on Genshin Impact going on today too. But it sounds like Pooh's got to step up. Pooh also apparently has a sick kid to talk about, which sucks, but... Oh, hey, welcome in, Suppa Steve and the resub. Thank you. Appreciate it. So we're going to bring a couple of docs out so we can talk about audio. We're also going to do the settings menu for OBS. We're going to talk a little bit about audio and OBS. Oh, come, it's not going to let me do it? Okay. Yeah. Oh, check-ins. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So ads should be over, I think. Yes, ads are over. So hopefully everyone can see my settings here. Oh, ads end in a minute and a half. All right, cool. All right, cool. But yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of discussion. I'm not gonna do. Yeah, ads just started. Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah, BRB. So anyhow, so we'll talk about. Yeah, that's what it said. So anyhow, so we got 15 seconds. Hopefully Pooh is back. Okay, cool. So first we're gonna go to our settings. So here in the general settings for OBS. You're going to switch, you're going to open it up. It's in the file menu. And you're going to go to, first you're going to go to audio, output. So there's a couple of tabs here that you'll see. Streaming, of course, is what goes to Twitch or Kick or wherever you're sending it. And then you also have a recording track. Now everything's grayed out, so I can't make any changes because I'm live, but you can see the settings are still here. Hopefully everyone can see that. So I don't want to talk about this. Just drink your drink. You'll be fine. Okay. So you'll see here, audio track is track 1. So think about the tracks kind of like a matrix. You got like columns and rows. So audio track 1 is going to be the Twitch, kind of, what you guys are hearing right now. So you hear the music playing and you hear maybe game audio. The game's muted, but if I unmute the game, you hear game audio, your microphone, all those things are track 1. And then track 2, the way this is the recommended setting for those who are doing music on their channel, is actually a subset of all those. This is what's going to the VoD. So those are tracks 1 and 2, but you actually get 6 tracks when you're doing this. So when I'm doing recording, I don't record track 1 because that's a mix of everything. I don't record track 2 because that's the VoD, which is going to be the voice in the game, but that's it. None of the song requests, right? And then I record 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Settings don't really matter right now. We're not talking about the data settings. Just make sure you got a decent audio container. I do use AACs for mine. It's fine. Whatever. I think that's all default. Next, you're going to go to your audio tab. So along settings, you're going to go to audio. And then here's where you define all of your audio devices. So best case scenario, you have lots of audio devices in your computer because that gives you lots of possible mix tracks. So in my case, I've got my entertainment centers, number 1. I have my microphone as my Yeti in front of me. Everything else is turned off, right? So pretty straightforward. I monitor to my Xbox controller, so I can change. That's kind of like a super track in that I can say which things I want to listen to, which things I don't. Like I can hear the music, I can hear the game audio. I can't hear my own voice because it makes me crazy to hear my own voice echoed back into my own head. So I don't listen to my own voice when I'm doing this. Everything else here is irrelevant. So there you go. So those are the main settings. Next, you want to go to the docs menu and you want to bring up the audio mixer. And that's what this window here is. Now I undock it because I like to have it in the corner of my stream when I'm streaming. These are all of the currently defined audio channels for the scene. Now this will change with different scenes. But you can see here, I've got my camera that I have for, I call it my cat cam, but it's also where I do whiteboarding and stuff like that. I've got a muted channel called Display Clone. That's how I do this blurred background thing that I do. I won't get into that right now. I've got the DMCA, which is the do not ever send this to a VoD track, which is the music you're listening to. So like adjust the music here. See, that's the music volume. I've got a web plugin for Fry, the fire alerts. That's how I do the Pokemon spawn stuff. Yeah, there's so much here. Gate audio is currently muted. If I unmute it, you can hear, oh, that's the wrong button. Game audio is muted, but you can hear this is Genshin. It's in the background there. We'll turn that down a little bit. We've got the microphone. You can see bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. That's the microphone. I've got another alert source that has got in here. You'll see I have more than 6 things here. And so the question is like, well, how are you going to get, I only have 5. I have 1 that goes to Twitch, 1 that goes to VODs, and 4 left. So how are you going to work with this? Well, that's all done in these menus. So if you go to the triple dot, where's my button? There it is. On any of these sources, and you go to advance. Oh, thank you, Ambla. Thanks for the happy anniversary. Appreciate it. So that's the advanced properties, and it can basically starts with any. Oh, your BFF sent it. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. And so this is the advanced properties, and so this is where I get into the whole rows and columns idea, right? So you're going to have this matrix of checkboxes on the right side. So rows are each audio sources that are in your scene. So we went back here. It's like, here's the DMCA's track, right? So I'm listening to it. That's how I set up my monitor. I got it on my earphones. Yeah, and you can of course review this, and I'll throw this on YouTube as a short little video too, if you want. I can do that. So we got monitor, and then the next row is, these are the tracks. So you can see here, track 1, this is what is going to Twitch. This is what you're listening to right now. So what you guys hear is track 1. So I've got alerts, which is like stream alerts. We've got DMCA, we've got fire alerts, we've got game audio, we've got the microphone, we've got the Pokemon spawn stuff, we've got more sound alerts, and then we have the Blue Yeti, right? Whereas what's going to the VOD, all the same things, but you'll notice that this is not checked, which means the VOD doesn't get the music that you're listening to, because that would set off a copyright strike, right? So can't have that. So this track is what you're listening to. If you're watching the VOD, this track 2 is what you're listening to. It's all the same stuff, but you're not listening to this. Now you get into the record tracks. So 3 through 6 is all the record tracks. So first record track, game audio. That's it. So it's either game audio through my speaker system, my home entertainment system, or game audio through my video capture card when I'm playing Switch. That's it. That's all you got on that track 2. So if I've got a video file, that's all I'm going to hear. Number 2, or the second record track, so this is 4 in this case, it's got microphone and microphone. That's it. That's all it's got. So now when I'm doing mixing my voice, or maybe I'm doing effects on my voice, or I'm editing out curse words, or whatever I need to do, I don't have to mute the game audio to mute a particular word. Like I have a video on my YouTube where I read some, it's like a Discord scammer, and they start saying some really offensive things. I was able to edit out the offensive words that I was reading because it was on a separate track than like anything else that was going on, right? And then the next track, I have the MCA. So let's say I wanted to grab an audio that was in the YouTube. Let's say I was playing a YouTube video. Let's say it wasn't DMCA'd for that part of the video. I want to have that track extracted. So the track that you're listening to, that's the music track, is in 5, and then 6 is just all the alerts, right? So whether it be stream alerts, whether it be fire alerts, whether it be Pokemon spawn, sound alerts, they're all just going to the same one. So Generally, I don't put those in my videos, so I don't want them there. And so the important things to take home is have a track for what's live, have a track for everything that's not going to get copyright struck, have a track for your game audio, have a track for your microphone. Alerts and stuff, good to have on separate tracks. You don't need to record the DMCA track. I do, just in case, but that's your general idea. Once you've set this up and you go live, you're going to end up with both the ability to do non-DMCA stuff. So yeah, so I'll show you how it shows up in the video next. So I'm going to bounce my recording, and everything I've just said will be in a recording, and I'll fire it up into a couple of pieces of software I can share that lets you kind of manipulate this. So let me get my mixer up so that I can see. I always like to have my microphone audio and game audio visible on my mixer. So there we go. So question. So will they be recorded in separate track? So because the MKV files can have multiple tracks, the first track becomes what you hear, but those other tracks are there, and I'll show you in VLC where you can find them. And so the game audio include other people's audio. So in your case, so I had that Yeti track, so that's my mic track. Well, that's also where I put Discord. So Discord, I actually redirect into that, and basically onto the monitor. So if you go to volume mixer in Windows settings, I'm making it small so it's not obscene. So if you're running Windows 11, oh please Windows, what is your fucking problem? Oh, see, that's the thing I would need to edit. All right, well that wasn't nice. Let's try that again. So there's this volume mixer in Windows 11. It is available in Windows 10 as well. It's just a little harder to find. You'll see everything that's making sound is listed here. So in my case, I send Discord to Yeti. So now, if I'm in a voice call, Discord is on a different track. Now, in this case, I put it in my same track as my microphone. You don't have to do that. I could put Yeti in track 5 and not record the DMCA. Now I've got my voice chat that I'm doing in Discord in one track, and then I've got my microphone in the other track. And so you can use Windows to basically split to a device if you have the devices. Let me catch up on chat for a little bit. Okay. Yeah, you might need to review this. I'll put this on YouTube. We'll make a YouTube video. We'll make a YouTube video live, and I'll put it on my YouTube, and you guys can watch it. So ideally for you guys, so to answer Puragu's question, I would split it. So back to my audio settings here, if I go back to this audio setting, let's bring this up again. Advanced Prodios. So I had this DMCA on track 5, right? If I were you, I would send, for your guys' stuff, I would send the audio from, like, this guy here is Yeti. This is my Discord VC. I would actually stick it in its own track. So you've got everyone's individual microphone, and then you have the voice chat that's there, because it's going to be really hard to edit if everybody's track has everybody else's track in it, if that makes sense. Or don't record the VC at all. Just don't record it. Like, you don't, like this, let's say this Yeti here, this is my Discord VC line. Just don't record it. Send it to the stream, send it to wherever. Don't send it to any recordings. You don't need it, because everybody's recordings is that track, you know? So catch up. Not retaining any of this. I'm so sorry. We'll get there. Proximity chat would be through the game. Yep. So proximity chat, well, it depends on if it's a separate app. So if proximity chat is a different app, just like I had before, if you go into the Windows audio volume mixer, so as long as it shows up as a separate application here, you can send it to a different device. So like, let's say Genshin Impact is my game, right? This would be Among Us or whatever, right? Whatever game you happen to be playing, right? So this guy would be one device, and then let's say instead of it being Discord, what if this is your new like your proximity chat program? As long as it shows up separate, send it to a different device, record that device to a different track. Now it's separate. Now you've got your microphone audio and your whatever the proximity cat, and then the game is on a third. So you got three different signals, 3 different tracks that can get all mixed back together. And thanks for the happy anniversary. Man, this stream's hopping off. So you're exactly right, Church of the Phoenix. You called it. So I'm catching up. Welcome in, Loki. And so if you're doing like a group thing and you got multiple people doing it, everybody's is going to want to set it up like this so that everybody has their own microphone tracks for whoever does the editing. It's me. They're going to want multiple tracks so that we can kind of crossfade and mix people together, do all the things that are necessary to kind of give that meeting type, everybody's talking in turn type of feel. Thanks for the happy affiliate anniversary. Appreciate it. Your reason for thinking you need the VC recorders for when we're listening to each other in POV, we might be able to tell the story while we edit. Yeah, I think that recording, another good thing about having, tomorrow at 7, probably. I'll have to get back to you on that. I might have to check with the kid. I'm usually transporting my kid to and from Denver on Tuesdays and Thursdays. As long as she's staying in Denver, I should be available around 7. If she's not, it will be a little harder to talk. We'd have to go a little later. But what's a nice thing about having the voice chat in its own channel is it's a synchronization point. So when I'm loaded up all the audio, everybody's going to start a little bit off. Everyone's going to have a little bit of whatever. You're not necessarily all going to use clapboards. Clapboards would be great. If you don't have a clapboard, what are you going to do, right? So if you have everybody's VC, even if that track never ends up in the final edit, it lets me sync everybody's audio tracks, shift everybody so I have just the right position so that everybody's synced to the video feed that we're using as the primary game footage. So that way we can kind of adjust. So there's definitely an advantage to at least one person, doesn't have to be everybody, but one person recording the VC in a separate chat. And that's the other thing is like, Pooh, you could be the one recording the VC. Nobody else should record it. Everybody else should just record their mics. But if Quace, you're in there, you're going to be the one who's responsible for recording the VC. That track will be the keystone because presumably your game footage will be also there, right? And so we got your game footage, you got the VC, you've got your mic. That's the keystone that I'll match up everybody else's to, so that as we're shifting and like mixing the video, it all lines up, right? And it just feels natural. So we can, and then honestly, if we're going to set this, if this isn't enough for folks, I'd have to like do a screen share with you. Like I'd fire up a Zoom and we can, or a Discord stream, and we could individually go through your settings one by one, which is fine. I don't mind. Tech support's it's my life. So yeah, so that's all of that. And then we can, so that's the deal with mixed audio. So I'm going to bounce the recording to demonstrate just kind of really rough what I mean by the separate audio. Refresh the recording. So now I should have a recording file. I'll bring that up. I've got all my recordings. So I've got all of these recordings and all these edited videos. And so the recording of what we just did is still getting written apparently. Refresh. Okay, so we've got, I believe this is today, yes? Yeah, this is today. So we're gonna open up this program. So first of all, we can open up in like VLC, right? And you'll see this is the stream, and I've got my subtitles and all that stuff, and it's kind of a mess. And the audio that this is just gonna be the primary audio. And if you go into the audio, oh, thanks for the follows, appreciate it. If you go to the audio, you'll see, oh, I've got all these different tracks, right? So default is the game audio in this case. But I've got my monitor track, I've got the track that I use for the DMCA, I've got the voice chat, all that stuff, right? So welcome in. Oh, got more people to say hello to. Yeah, we can talk about video too if you want. That's fine. But let me get through this. So we've got this file and we've got these multiple audio tracks, right? Which is great for watching it, but not really great for what we want to do, which is edit it. So there's this program, free program. I would encourage everyone to donate it to it like I have, called MKV Tool Nix, which is like universally loved as the best one for this. Oh, thanks for the cheers. Appreciate it. Thanks, Loki. And so this is a way to extract portions of a MKV file, right? So these video files that are produced. So you'll see here that we got all these tracks. So we've got the video track, cool. We've got the game audio, which is our primary track. We don't need that. Now I've labeled this track as microphone in this case. So I want to grab the microphone track. I'm not going to grab anything else. We'll uncheck all of these checkboxes. And then I'm going to change this. I can make it an AAC or MP3. It actually doesn't matter as long as it's an audio file. And I'm going to quote unquote multiplex it. So by multiplexing, what we're doing is we're basically tearing out the pieces of the video file, right? And so now we should have a new file that we've created. And that's this guy right here. So we have the primary video file and its primary track. And then we have the microphone and this is synced up. So now I can do something. I can fire up my little video editing software. I use Movavi for no other reason than it's just what I have. And it was one that it had a license that allowed me to share it with my kid. That's the only reason I bought it, but they're all, so back to here. So we'll do more discussion in another forum about the actual editing and stuff. Okay. Oh, they snooze my ads? Okay, that's fine. So we've got these Gerger anyway. Yes, Engie. Twitch is being done. It's probably a Twitch thing. Twitch is just being stupid. There's nothing I can do to fix them. They're unfixable. So we've got our video file. We've got our audio file, right? So we're going to take these and we're going to put these in our video editing software. Now, my video editing software doesn't know how to do the splitting, and I think most of them don't actually. So we have the game audio that's attached to the video. So we've got our video here. So I was talking to Pooh earlier, and I'd say that editing video is kind of like mixing a song, right? So you've got video tracks that act basically like instrument tracks when you're making a song. So let's say, yeah, okay, we'll figure it out. So let's say we want to do some fun stuff here. So let's say we don't want like the Pokemon timer, right? We want to make a video, but we don't really want the Pokemon timer on it and stuff like that. Maybe you want to clean it up a little bit. So what we can do is first we can crop it, right? So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna crop the video, right? And we're gonna go through and go like, okay, well, we probably want to crop around for like this section of the video. We'll like crop it to here. We'll just say like, here's the video that we're gonna do, right? So for instance, so you can hear the sound coming through, right? And so for this section, we might want to have this crop, but you'll see that that's not going to work for the whole time. So actually, you do a cut. And so now these two are going to be edited separately and independently. And so now you can actually do different crops and different views for a different one. So like for this one, maybe we want to crop it a little bit different, obviously. And so we're going to crop this guy. We're to go to here. And so even though I'm not going to do the full process, but let's say, so now we've got it cropped to this point for here, and we got it cropped for this point for the here, but like, I really want my turtle. Like I'd feel bad if we were cropping a video, but I don't have my turtle in it. So what we can do is we can take these videos and we can actually duplicate them. Clone. We can break off the cloned audio because we don't need that. Because yeah, we don't need that. So we don't need 2 copies of the audio. Just delete those tracks. Don't ask me why it does the little accordion thing. It's stupid, but whatever, it's fine. And so for the top tracks, we want this. So it's in order. It's order of the. So we can grab the turtle. Calm down before you get banned. So we can grab the turtle from the same scene that we've got, but then we don't want it to take, like last time when I cropped it, it made it full screen. Like, well, we don't want that, right? So we can go in here and we can go position, and we can make it small, and we can push it down to here. So now we've got the video cropped, but the thing that was in the corner is now still in frame. So let's say you're doing a video stream and you've got your game on the side, and then everyone's got their cameras somewhere. Well, the video editor can do exactly what I did here. They can crop and isolate the person's video and then put it anywhere on the screen they want over top the game audio. You could put it over a character, you could put it anywhere you want. I mean, I can, if let's say I wanted the turtle to be like, I'm gonna say like maybe the turtle's pointing to what I'm talking about. So like we can put the turtle here, and then maybe we can move it to somewhere else by just making a cut and moving it. All of that stuff's possible. So like, that's just the touch of the top of it. There's also audio mixing. So there's things called volume points that you use to do crossfade. So like, let's say I had somebody else that was talking in a different audio track. I can grab this and I can pull down the audio, crossfading to and from multiple tracks. And I can put as many tracks as the software will let you, all the way down here. And so now you can mix, and you could have basically this dynamic feeling of, you know, person A is talking and then person B is talking. And as long as the short answer, as long as the microphone tracks are isolated, all of that's possible by the video editor. So anyhow, that's as much as I want to talk about it right now. We could talk about it more offline. Questions? I'll stop briefly for questions because that was really fast. I'll admit it. That was kind of like as rapid fire as it gets.